man. Now I want to know what he said. Now I'm very curious.
Well, we just got off the phone with him.
Yeah, I can't say because then somebody will know the answer for the prize.
That is well done by you.
I think you just want to come to the tailgate with me Sunday. I think that's what you're trying to tell us, Kevin.
Would.
Dude,
how
fun was Wednesday night for you? The unexpected, incredible debut of VJ Edgecombe.
It was great. I knew when the Sixers were up on the clock that VJ was the guy that I think they needed. He does a lot of things, but I didn't expect it in the first quarter to have 14 points on the road in Boston. It's what showed me a lot, though, was the mental toughness and not being afraid of the moment in late in the fourth quarter. Boston is kind of a mental block, I think, for this group of Sixers, especially what they encountered a few years ago with the James Harden debacle. And you saw Joel as well. Like it's like when they went on that run, especially to start out the second half, and then they went on another run in the fourth quarter, it was kind of the body language, here we go again. VJ has none of that. And you could see Tyrese fighting through that, right? And Tyrese is just looking, hey, can I get somebody to help me to fight through this so we just don't go through the motions? And that's what gave me hope. Like, not the, here we go again, we're in Boston, they somehow find a way to make shots, we do not. It was, hey, find a way, figure it out, be aggressive, don't back down. And that gives me a ton of hope.
But how much hope do you have that what they're going to ask Joel Embiid to evolve into is actually something that he can evolve into?
I don't know. John, to be fair, I actually have not given it any thought. My whole thing watching Embiid is, hey, just hold your breath. Can you play the next game?
That's
and then
the
we'll
truth,
see what
right?
the next game is. We'll see the reaction in the next game. You look thinner. To me, the Sixers' style has shown where they are mentally. Let's run the floor. The addition of the younger guy shows me, hey, we can't plod. We can't wait for 21. We've got to run. We've got to take advantage of Zero and what Zero wants to do. And then let's just get some young guys and let's run. Let's just run. We can't afford to wait on, Paul George and Joel Embiid and their style. We have to actually just play. And you saw that with the additions. They went young. Daryl Morey, I think, got the memo. Let's go young. Let's figure it out. And, by making sure Grimes can come back, it gives Maxey a breather, and you have a guy who's a scorer, a shot creator with Grimes when he's on the floor. So to me, it's, hey, we can't wait on the unknown. What we have right now, we've got to take advantage of, and that is Maxey's legs and his ability to be aggressive. And let's grow with him, and then we'll figure out where Joel is in the process of us growing with our backcourt.
Kevin, yesterday was supposed to be a 4-hour celebration of what we saw in night one for the Sixers, but then the world stopped when the news broke involving Terry Rozier, Chauncey Billups, Damon Jones. How concerned are you about potentially the next shoe to drop? As the FBI said, this might just be the tip of the iceberg. I'm sure 6 o'clock Sports Center was a wild day last night for you.
Yeah, it was. Unfortunately, you can't talk about Wemby and his 40 points and Edgecombe and what he did in the same conversation specifically with Wilt Chamberlain when it comes to a rookie debut. I do think it's the tip of the iceberg because when you get guys in a room and the FBI is involved and evidence is provided, then people talk. And does that open the door to many other things? I mean, Windy said it best, Brian Windhorst. Let's make sure we distinguish. There are two different storylines. There's one with the NBA and Rozier, and then there's the other one with Chauncey Billups and the poker game. So those are two completely different things. The big concern is, information being released on who's playing, who's healthy, who's not, is the big concern when it comes to the NBA. I know Chauncey. I've had the chance to work with him. I'm as shocked as everyone when you hear about, the poker games. And I am holding my breath on what else is going to be coming out down the road if people talk and the FBI provides information. And now does that open the door to other things? And listen, it feels like there's a Pandora's box, especially in the college game as well.
Yeah.
the same day this is being announced, the NCAA announcing that college athletes can bet on professional sports. That's some scary stuff here down the road on potentially what it can do and how it could open up things.
And one of the things, too, as we talked about earlier, is sharing of information around these teams. Sometimes it can be innocuous, player to player. It can be like, hey, guys having a conversation. You can't share, though, information about whether you're playing or how injured you are. You're not supposed to be doing that amongst peers, but I guess it's almost like human nature that you would.
Yeah, because you're not thinking about it. Like you just said, you're just having a casual conversation, right? You're not thinking of the consequence. And then something like that kind of slips through. And again, I think the one thing that stands out more than anything else is the attention to it. When they pull up the tape and you watch the game in question with Rozier, and you're like, whoa, there's enough red flags around. Also, the inconsistencies of betting that night, right? I saw $200,000 on some of the unders.
His unders, yes.
With Rozier, right? That stuff stands out, and you have some policing there that brings it up, but some of the stuff that you're not paying attention to, and you're like, oh, boy. And more than anything else, it just makes you wonder. Sometimes I sit there on Sundays and some nights, watching games, and you're like, why did they just attempt that field goal or that shot right now? That made no sense. And then it goes in, and you're like, huh. And the human element, the human nature think, well, wait a second. What was the line? And then that opens the door to a lot more questioning.
Kevin, we go from you of ESPN to Jordan Raanan, who's going to be joining us coming up next to talk about this upcoming Eagles-Giants game. Did the Eagles bounce back this time against the G-Men?
Yeah, I think you're going to see a very angry Eagles team, man. I'm very curious to see where this Giants defense is going to be. I've heard it's been a long week in that locker room. They're really upset, especially when you let a team like the Broncos score 33 points in the final quarter, and it's a game you go into, you're not expecting to win, and then suddenly, hey, we better win, the way that played out in the final few minutes of the game. I'll be curious to see how the Eagles come out, because if the Eagles, in a game like this where they got embarrassed in prime time on a Thursday night, if they come out like they did against the Vikings, that'll be a good thing, man. You got to come out and establish your own identity and run the football regardless of what the situation is to set up the play-action pass. They've got to come out with authority, not play with your food and just sit there and wait, especially for a team like the Giants that has kind of emotional boosts with the two rookies and Scadaboo and Dart and giving them confidence because they don't know any better, right? The same way we started this conversation with VJ Edgecombe. They don't know any better. Their job is to just, hey, I want to be a spark, man. I want to show people what I can do. And the Eagles, early on, they have to shut that down early and use their physicality of the offensive line. I think Saquon's going to have a big day. I really believe that. And if he could break off some big plays in the beginning or some chunk yards of like 5 to 8 and maybe a first down run, then you're going to see things open up for Jalen Hurts, the offense, with the passing game.
Kevin, we appreciate the time as always,
Thanks,
man.
Kev.
Enjoy yourself this weekend, and we'll talk to you next week.
Fellas, be good. Take care.
There he is, Kevin Negandhi from ESPN. Jordan Raanan covers the Giants for ESPN. He joins us next. Give us some insight on this upcoming game here on 97.5.
Thank you so much for checking out our content here on our YouTube channel. You know you can like and subscribe, and that way you're never going to miss anything that we've got going on right here at 97.5 The Fanatic.